All right, take two, because I screwed up the first recording. Let me move this over. So we are 2 weeks away from our HGC Warriors Settle Score pay-per-view. We do start off the show with a pre-show match with Electrico and Jason Jackson defeating Jimmy Power and Chris Perkins. Pretty basic match here to get them all wins, and I'm going to adjust the mic here. Just to kind of get them all involved. We do start off the actual show with the Battle Royal. Rico Santana defeating Cowboy, Jack Bruce, Jab, Danny Rushmore, Golden Fox, Grunt and Stink, Troy Tornado, and Richard Blood. I didn't really follow the order of elimination and all that. I just felt like the important thing here is Rika gets the win. Maybe have like Jack eliminate Cowboy. Following that, we have Eric Tyler cutting a promo on Rico Santana saying, you're going to face me at the pay per view, but you don't stand a chance, kid, or whatever. Some dismissive heel stuff. Following that, we blow off the little hardcore feud we had going with Jesse Christian losing to Charlie Homicide. Now, Charlie Homicide is currently injured for at least a couple more weeks, so I wanted to blow this feud off now so I can get Jesse Christian away from that, build up his popularity, and experience a little bit more, and start developing Charlie Homicide's next feud with a returning Monty Walker. Monty Walker, who was injured early on in the series, was out for 6 months. He is now back. He might be part of our hardcore division. I got to see based off of his resilience isn't great, so I don't know if I should put him in hardcore matches. You know what I mean? We follow that up with Liberty and Romeo Heartthrob agreeing to face each other in a hair versus hair match. Romeo has cost Liberty the international title twice now, effectively by interference, and Liberty defeated Romeo at Total Mayhem. So this is going to be the blow off. Like I said, every pay per view might have like one rematch. Um, Feuds will not always be blown off right away, like the Brent Hill, Ripcord, Frankie Future storyline. But we will kind of continue at least one, like one rematch. I feel like. Following that, we have the cruiserweights with not great rating. We have Alex Braun finds out he's going to face the Danger Kid and Dark Eagle for the cruiserweight title. Dark Eagle is going to defend versus both the guys because Alex Braun defeated Danger Kid, but he also cost Danger Kid a his cruiserweight title match. That's only fair. Triple threat is set. We follow that up with Flapjack and Lance Henderson defeating the War Eagles. Like I talked about last episode, of the Flapjack and Lance are mid card heels who could lose, but still kind of want to keep them mid card, upper mid card area. So they pick a big win here. Hopefully their popularity continues going up more and more. I would like them ideally, like in the long term, be in that 50 range where they can get on to 45, pick up another 150, so forth. But they're never going to be at 60, 65, 70, that upper mid card range, unless they develop to be great athlete or great in ring workers and mic guys. But that's the ceiling for them for now. We're Eagles. I I just it was not meant to be much. I needed baby faces who could lose, and they are the two gentlemen who got the task. Damien Carville, bunch of excuses off his loss to Sam Strong last week. Basically says he was cheated, and Sam Strong isn't half the man he is, and he's going to beat Troy Tornado, who defeated him a couple weeks ago, to prove it. Kind of continuing his excusing of like when he loses, because when Whistler beat him, he was excuse filled. Then he beat the Whistler, and now he lost to Troy Tornado and Sam Strong. So just a lot of excuses and very whiny heel. I'm thinking Miz-ish, but like with the Canadian touch. We have Dusty Streets and BLZ Bub Brawl. Now, I did kind of figure out a way to have this feud be a blow off and enter Sid Streets, as of course he will have to have a part with his brother. Um, so expect for that to happen at the pay per view. But I'm excited about that. And this is basic, Of course, they're two monsters. They can't really talk that well, but they can fight. That's what it is. Speaking of talking well, we have Frankie Future challenging and the challenge accepted. It's going to be Frankie Future and Sam Strong versus Ripcord and Brent Hill as our pay-per-view at War to Settle Score main event. This is going to be. It's not the blow off, I think. I might milk it for another month. Our next pay-per-view is in August, so War to Settle Score is next in 8 days. Not 8 days. Next Saturday in the time. So then after that we will have what's it called, the thing. But let's go ahead here. And then in the main event, I gotta pause for a sec. All right, sorry, I had to pause it for a moment for a phone call. But yeah, so our main event is the Blazing Flames, an all-star team, defeating the Demons of Rage and Untouchables as the Blazing Flames have kind of, they took a couple early L's to Brent, Frankie to kind of establish Ripcord's proteges and the Demons of Rage. But now we're giving them a little bit of push back of like, momentum. They and Cowboy defeated Jack Bruce and a couple teams back to back weeks. So now they pick up yet another win, kind of cementing themselves, getting the ball rolling on them. We know that the Vessies will defend versus Untouchables. Now with the Blazing Flames picking up a win over Paul Steadyfast, they have a victory over Untouchables. So it kind of gives them like pole position to be the number one contender of the tag team. Um, who wins at the pay per view? Um, I might do that like on a TV show. I might hold that off to a pay per view. We'll have to see exactly where I go with that. I have ideas with the tag division and range, but we'll have to see. But yeah, I just felt like this is a good main event. Better rating than I expected, to be honest. I feel like 5 versus 5 matches like that normally don't have great ratings. I guess 77 isn't great in the grand scheme of things, but it's great for our show. Back to back 78 rated shows. We should beat SWF again if I had a guess. Um, Big standout. Pretty much everything was up to par of what I thought. Nothing really was worse off or where. So some things to point out. Coach Dick, I extended for a year. He will probably last another year in the save. As to the possible RP Junior heel turn or not, that might change things again. I don't know if I'm going to turn RP Junior heel, but I don't know if I'm not going to. But it doesn't change anything. So we'll get back to the hype. Monty Walker returns. We'll check out him. So Monty Walker, he was signed to be part of the cruiserweight division according to the bio. He is a part of roster member Dave, but he is quite injury prone, again according to the bio. And his resilience is 14 to 32, not great. Solid star quality, decent sex appeal, which I don't really know if that does anything of value. His charisma, I don't know if he has the charisma boost or not. I'm assuming he's above 66. I'm just assuming. Um, his popularity isn't great. He's just another lower card babyface, but brittle bones. I don't know. I'm sorry. I definitely just like peeked there. I don't really know why. Um, but we'll see what we can make of him. The hardcore title, I'm establishing the division based off Charlie Homicide, and I think I fleshed out the international title scene a little bit with the mid card. Like I feel you guys know who the mid card is of like Cowboy Jack. Well, not Jack. Jack's kind of a floater for now. I have plans with Jack in the titles. But like Cowboy Rico, Eric Tyler, like RP Junior. We have like our mid card established. The cruiserweight we have established with Dark, Golden, Alex, Danger. Like there's a very established. The hardcore division, we definitely need more people in there. Monty Walker isn't tough enough to get yet. That might be true. Womanizer Robbie Gordon, he is a guy who is mid 60s pop, great mic guy. I don't really know too much about his character. It says ravishing character. Okay, so we'll just say he's ravishing Rick Rude. Great psychology, but everything else, meh. But definitely was a guy I was hoping would come out of hiatus soon, so I can sign him. We need people who can be heels, especially versus Sam Strong, and just in general, it's great to have heels on the roster that I could just talk, especially, and utilize them to week. But he retired. Now, if he ever leaves off his hiatus, we'll try talking about retirement, maybe with like a promise to win an international title or something. I'm not gonna give him a world title, but something like that. Now, the hype has been kind of talked about here and there a little bit in the save. He's basically like Shawn Michaels, if like the attitude 97 after that, I mean, whatever the worst version of Shawn Michaels is, as he was a soft drug user. Well, not Michaels, but the hype was a soft drug user. I talked him out of it successfully. He's a hard drug user, drinker, most wanted, unpredictable, but he's fantastic in the ring. He has an amazing babyface, amazing heel. But I mean, selling above 80, charisma and mic above 75, great brawling, good psychology. Like his experience isn't great, but everything else is. And experience grows pretty quickly if you have house shows. Um, yeah. So if you read his bio while I was talking, pretty much talks about how great he is. A lot of personal demons stemming from a childhood that caused him to drink and drugs. One day he was found OD in the locker room just a couple weeks before his planned debut. Very closed off individuals, kept him to himself, and when ordered to go in rehab. He refused the letter release from his company. There's no doubt could become a big star, but unable to deal with his personal demons, straighten himself out. Many believe worse could happen to him, which is also why many promoters refuse to hire him. But Dave, which is ECW, signed him, so fits right in with that like kind of idea. If he can be talked out of using hard drugs, which it will take 2 years since he quit using soft drugs, I will sign him instantly. And previous versions of the game, he did get talked out of hard drugs, and he turned to be like a mid card star at this point of like June '97, my save. So definitely would love to utilize him when the time is right, but for now, we will just kind of keep an eye on him, and we'll go over Dave one of these save one of these episodes here, as I like try to keep things around 10 minutes, and we're at that 10, well, almost 11-minute mark. So next episode's the Go Home Show, then the pay per view. Thank you for watching.